Good evening. Would, would everyone please stand so that we may receive our 2024 class from Northdale Superintendent's Academy?
Bro, good evening. Let's first give thanks for the seniors who are here today who have made us proud of our vacations. We give thanks for minds that keep us humble and spirits which keep us young. For us, unselfish service which give us the words of honor and charity, real meaning. For leaders, students, and parents who pull their weight and inspire. And of course, for education that never ends. We give thanks for common causes that transcend age, point of view, or popular culture, and for common sense that help us work together. For hearts, willing hands, and healthy appetites for many sweet and rich tastes of life. For friendships forged before doing and after our time at Northdale. And most of us all for the divine love made and continues to make all these things possible. We give our sincere and heartfelt thanks. And so to the Spirit who comes to us in many ways, in art as beauties, in language, lectures, and history as inspirations, and science as truth, and we acknowledge you in our moment of joy and celebration today.
Please stand, join me now in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for with and liberty just for all.
You may be seated. Good evening, parents, students, and distinguished guests. Superintendent Smith and our guests here, thank you all for joining us. I love that rendition over there with illustrious band. Appreciate that. I'm Dr. Cato, and on behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff of Northdale Superintendent's Academy, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our 2024 commencement ceremony. Please remember that this is a formal event, and please refrain from any type of noisemakers, that kind of thing. But I'm quite sure we're going to have a great time here with our graduating class here. But thank you all for everything. I would like to welcome up at this time Mr. Kadrian Williams.
How y'all doing? Okay. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, teachers, parents, friends, students, and fellow graduates. Before I was put in this memorable moment, it felt like it was a year ago, in 2020. I remember my first time walking through the high school, my first high school classroom door. I was already like, wow, I finally made it to high school. I was also thinking, I already know this finna be a pain. Since the coronavirus was big, it was only a handful of us. The less people, the better, right? So my first year wasn't really a problem until my second year. More people, more teachers, more classes, and the amount of homework was crazy. So At this time, I really wasn't used to being at a school with a little bit more people. I kind of felt alone until I found out my friends from middle school were coming to the same school that I was in. I already knew that this year was going to be really entertaining. I made a name for myself for dancing a lot, different sense of fashion, and also having a skill to draw. Junior year, in my opinion, was my most challenging year. If I'm being honest, if it weren't for the motivation of my parents, grandparents, friends, and teachers, I would have dropped out or given up. Even though I was close to the end, I had mixed feelings about senior year. 80% of my friends either moved away, moved schools, or finished before me. It really wasn't that bad. And also during this time, I got like 3 piercings and wore a lot of jewelry, which led me to the nickname Jingle Bells. Oh, man. Senior year wasn't hard, but staying focused was my issue. But I got it all together at one point. It took some time, counseling, thanks to my grandmother, and really, really long talks with my grandmother. But I made it. Do you guys know the amount of courage it took me to be speaking right at this moment? I never thought I would be able to do this in like a million years. Okay. Even though I didn't mention a lot of events and all that good stuff, just know we had a lot of laughs, disagreements, me and my friends interpreting the dean 24/7, and Ms. Poitras being the savior of the seniors. I feel that I am ready to take on the next chapter in my life. As I stand here today, I feel that I am a better person than I was when I was a freshman. With the guidance of the male figures in my life, my grandfather, uncles, and counselor, I feel that I am a better man with more knowledge than ever before. I would like to make my parents proud, especially my mother. So I encourage you, the class of 2024, to not only follow opportunities available to you, but to follow your dreams that's most important to you instead of being a follower. I challenge you to stand out. Do you and follow your own path instead of trying to keep up with the next person. Thank you all again for participating to our graduation and giving us our prayers and support along with that has met us step up at this time to call life. So leave a message with you, in my grandfather's words, just do the right thing. Stupid is a choice. So choose not to be stupid. Thank you.
All right, let's thank Kadrian again, everyone. Kadrian Williams. Next person is our valedictorian. It's Takia Dijon. Please come to the stage at this time.
How everyone doing? Excited and scared, hesitant but committed, filled with joyful hope. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, family, faculty, and the class of 2024, we began high school as children, but we're leaving here as adults. We've completed a basic education that will serve as the platform we use to launch ourselves into our futures. Some of us will go to college and others will go straight into the workforce, but each of us will travel our own path. We owe a huge debt of gratitude to our teachers. Thank you for so unselfishly sharing your time, talent, and knowledge with us. Yes, we know it was your job to do it, but what you did for us went beyond the call of duty, especially Ms. White. You took the time to guide us through ingenuity to help us be successful. You allowed us to come to your classroom for extra help when you could have used your time for planning. You demanded excellence from us whether we wanted to give it or not. You set the bar high and challenged us to live up to it. To our parents, thank you for supporting us in more ways that it's possible to count. You dragged us out of bed each morning and made sure we were fed and clothed for school. You heard us out the door to the bus stop or drove us to school yourselves. We can never thank you enough for the love and support we had as we went through high school. We love you. No matter where we go or what we do, there are challenges ahead of us. What I'm asking from each of you and from myself is to meet those challenges straight on with your heads held high and our hearts wide open. It's not enough to simplify to try and get by in life. That doesn't move the world forward. We must try to exceed everything we do. Strive for excellence in every task, large or small. The future is truly in our hands, so let's make the most of it. Congratulations to the class of 2024. Thank you.
Tristan Foster, please come. He's going to introduce our guest speaker for this evening, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Ms. Lance is the wife of Pastor Warren Lance. Warren Lance, First Lady and missionary of Hosanna Minister Church of God and Christian here in Baton Rouge, where she still works with intensity with the youth department. Together, they have a blended family. Ms. Lance graduated from Capitol High School in Baton Rouge and further went on to receive a bachelor's degree plus in business education at Southern University. She believes in respect and that every child is unique and deserves a caring, inspiring, engaging atmosphere, and wish to grow emotionally, intelligently, and socially. As an educator, she tried to help students meet their fullest potential in whatever areas by helping to provide a warm environment. Ladies and gentlemen, platform guests, parents, friends, faculty, and class of 2024, Ms. Merlin Lance.
Come on, continue to give the students a hand. Come on, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Look where they are now. It's all right. So good evening to you. Good evening and greetings to our principal, Dr. James Cador. Good evening to anybody from the school board. I probably don't know all of your names, but good evening to you. Good evening to our faculty, staff, and all of the students. I'm told that this is a combined activity, so I'm saying good evening to you too, not just Northdale. Today is a momentous occasion, isn't that right? I like to engage my audience, isn't that right? A celebration of dedication, perseverance, and the culmination of years of work. Students, you should embrace opportunities for continuous education. Don't stop where you are now. This is just another milestone. Pursue further specialization. Pursue effective communication. Pursue teamwork and mutual respect. As I begin to look at what I'm going to say to you tonight, I want everybody to say the 7 P's. Say it again, the 7 P's. First of all, the first P, pray. Oh, I know your grandparents, your mothers, your fathers, your guardians have told you to put God first. Come on, let's give God a hand of praise for that. Don't be ashamed of him, because he brought you to where you are now. Without him, you could do nothing. We thank God for the parents, for the grandparents, the guardians, grandmothers. Come on, somebody. Let's give a hand of praise for the grandmothers. Come on. And so with grace and mercy, God has brought you through. With kindness and humility, he has brought you through. My bishop always says this, it's nice to be nice. I know you can hardly see the person next to you, but just turn to them and say, you know, it's nice to be nice. Come on. In prayer, it tells us that we should meditate on the word day in and day out. That we may be observant, that we may learn to be obedient. That's the first P. The second one is purpose. What is your purpose on this earth? It's not just to graduate from high school. You don't want it just to be anybody. You want to make a difference in this world. Come on. So that when you look back, you can see a legacy of what you have done and what you have contributed to society. That's your purpose. And it says in the book of Joshua that you might have good success. Somebody say good success. Good success. That's what people are doing. They're having good success. The third P is picture. Picture where you want to be, where you want to go, and what you'll be doing. I heard the young man said earlier about goals and dreams, and I want to let you know, write your dreams down. I tell the students, or have told the students before I made my little exit, write it down and tape it on the wall. Put it on your mirror in your bathroom, in your bedrooms, so that when you get up in the morning, that's the first thing you're going to see are your goals. What are your plans for the future? I was thinking back to just a little story here, that when I went to school, I'm from New Roads, of course, a little town outside of New Roads called the Island. And I want to let you know, students, that I didn't see a classroom until mid-October. Well, you might want to ask Ms. Landis, what were you doing? At the time, her name was Batley. We would pick pecan and cotton in the fields. I told that to a class of mine. A little boy said, my God, Ms. Landis, you must have been a slave. Yeah, you can call it that. But I wouldn't see a classroom until mid-October. October. But I want to let you know that when we weren't going to school, one main thing that I did to get me to where I am now is read. Did you hear me? Read. When I was in first grade, I was reading on a middle school level. Got to middle school, reading on high school level. And on the high school level, I was reading on a college level. And today, when we tell students to read, sometimes we get funny expressions, or I don't want to do this, I don't feel like. But wherever you are now, you still need to pick up a book and read. That helped me, that when I went back to school in October, I wasn't far behind. Come on, somebody. Another thing is, prepare yourselves. Discipline, consistency. That's one main reason that I like Northdale so much, because the principal is a very disciplined person. The teachers are also. Discipline comes from the word disciple. You are a follower of what's good. When your so-called friends come to you with things that you know that are not good, you walk away from it. In other words, you've purposed in your heart that I'm not going to do this before they come to you. Before you're introduced to something, purpose in your heart that I'm not going to participate in this. That when the time comes, it's already down in your spirit, it's down in your heart, and it's down in your head. And God will help you through it. Another one is prepare yourselves. I think God told Joshua, be strong and of a good courage. For unto this people, he said, I'm going to give you this land, letting me know that he has a plan for you even before you had a plan for yourself. He says we're going to own these things. That's before you started making your plans. How many of you can picture in your own mind, even right now, what it will look like 10 years from now, where you're going to be? So you can imagine it. Put it in your mind. And so he told them that wherever your feet touch the ground, it's yours. How many of you tell yourself sometimes, you might have struggles in life, you might have different things that came to you, or obstacles in your way, but you said, I'm going to do this anyway, because trouble don't last always. Come on, somebody. He told him, he said, don't turn to the right or the left, meaning you're going to have obstacles coming both ways. But he told him, keep your eyes on the prize. Come on. Keep your eyes, and when things happen in your lives that may not be so good, look up. Because you need to look up to somebody that's higher than you. Come on. And so Denzel Washington says, it's not how much you have, but it's what you do with what you have. Another one is pursue. Go after it. Come on. Dream as big as you want to. Come on. He said, Moses, my servant, is dead. Do you know you got to die to some things? You have to die to bad behavior. Come on. You have to die to those words that come out of your mouth that's not wholesome. You have to die to people who are not looking out for your well-being. You have got to speak to yourself and speak up to yourself. So that's discipline and consistency. That's pursuing. Don't let anybody stop you from accomplishing your goals. I had a little thing in the classroom that said, don't let anybody dull your sparkle. You're shining right now. Don't let anybody dull your sparkles. When you leave here, because you're graduating, you have a tendency to go off course. And we hear about a lot of children that have done that, students who have done that, and they didn't see the next day. Be careful when you leave out from here, because the enemy got something planned for you. I'm here to tell you. When you leave out of these doors, he has something planned for you. But ask God to reveal it to you so you won't get involved. You've got to chase after your dreams. And another one is persistence. In other words, stay the course. Don't deviate. Don't allow, again, anyone to stop you. May slow you down, because it is said that the race is not given to the swift, the one that starts off real fast, or to the strong, because it might get weak at some point. But he that endureth to the end. You've got to see your dreams to the end, no matter what happens. And then the last and not least is that you have to develop some patience. This is a generation that says, I want it right now. Burger King have their slogans. And you want it right now. You look at others who are prospering. And I'm talking about emotionally, socially, come on, mentally, physically. And you might see a lot of things that they have. And you might want it. And the enemy might tempt you to do something that's not of God, that is out of order. Take a step back. Be patient. Calm down. Leave it alone. Patience is a virtue. And then you have to take care of yourself in closing. Self-care is not a luxury. It's an essential component of your ability to care for others, to nurture your own physical. Take care of yourself, students. And I really mean that. Go to the doctor when it's time. Your body will tell you what's going on. Get your annual checkups. You're going to be leaving here, pursuing careers, and you're not going to be dependent on your parents anymore. And so, in a small moment of joy, maintain a healthy work-life balance. And listen to this, seek support. Don't do this thing all by yourself. I've been a loner at one time. And I'm going to tell you, it doesn't work after a while. I need you. You need me. You need each other. You needed your teachers, isn't that right? You need your parents, you need your grandparents, those that are looking out for your well-being. The Bible says two, and I don't know why they use the word is, but it said two is better than one. Because that when that one falls, they're able to pick you up. Find somebody, connect with somebody who's looking out for your well-being, because two is better than one. And so in closing, Michael Jordan says, I can accept failure. Everyone fails sometimes. Michael Jordan, who missed more than 9,000 shots in his career. Theodore Roosevelt said before, believe you can, and you're halfway there. This is what you're going through, not who you are. What you're going through does not dictate who you are. It's how you handle the situation. Somebody might say, this is tough, but I'm here to tell you, you're tougher. Somebody might say, you're making a big change, and may compliment you and say, I'm so proud of you. Martin Luther King says, if I cannot do great things, you know how sometimes we want to do great things? He says, I can do small things in a great way. It's the little foxes that spoils the vine. Albert Einstein said, in the middle of difficulties lies opportunities. When you think it's difficult, that's an opportunity to let yourself, your parents, all those around you, let them know what you're made of when things get real difficult. A champion is defined not by their wins, but by how they can recover when they fall. That was said by Serena Williams. And you ask, But what if I fail? I'm going to tell you, oh, my darling, what if you fly? Soar like an eagle. Nelson Mandela says, it always seems impossible until it's done. And then someone else says, failure, you fall 7 times. But guess what? Get up on that 8th try. So God gave you this life as you think back on all the obstacles that you've been through. God gave you this life because he knew you were strong enough to live it. So when the world says give up, there's a little whisper that says, try it one more time. God bless you is my prayer.
Thank you, Ms. Lands. Now, I know that she told me she's the first lady, but she says you don't want to be the second lady of no kind of way. But thank you all for that. We're going to call Ms. Partridge up. She's our counselor, and we're going to start with our students at this time. Ms. Partridge, if you will. Oh, Tristan, come on up, sir.
Ms. Lance, will you please come forward? Thank you, Ms. Lance, for your wonderful words of encouragement, class of 2024. We will use your words of wisdom to guide our future paths. Please accept this small gift as a token of appreciation.
Ms. Partridge, at this time, you ready to start? Okay. We would like to welcome you up to the podium to call the names out for the students. Superintendent, if you will, sir, if you could join us up front here. Okay. Oh. All right. If you will, sir. Superintendent Adam Smith, by the power invested in me by the East Baton Rouge Parish School System, I hereby confirm that the class of 2024 of Northdale Superintendent's Academy has successfully completed all graduation requirements as set forth by the Louisiana Department of Education. And if you will, sir, Superintendent Smith.
Dr. Kadar, I humbly accept your confirmation, and you may now award the diplomas.
Graduates, if you will, if you could stand, graduates.
Takia Dejan, valedictorian. Adrian Dion Williams, salutatorian. Derek Jawaran Bell. Terrell. Michaela Henderson. Brelasia Johnson. Deja Walker.
To the graduating class of 2024, I want to congratulate you on your success in earning a high school diploma. You came to Northdale Superintendent's Academy seeking a second chance for a dream forgotten. You have achieved that dream. I want to encourage all of you to continue to strive for excellence and continue to set goals for the future. For I believe that the future belongs to those who believe in themselves and believe in the beauty of their dreams. You have fulfilled all educational requirements mandated by the state of Louisiana. Therefore, by the power vested in me by the Louisiana Department of Education and the East Baton Rouge Parish School System, I now declare you to be high school graduates with all the rights, responsibilities, and duties appertaining to this status. Students, graduates, you may turn your tassels. Have a seat, graduates. All right. So now, before I start thanking everyone, I got to say my little parting words as well to you all. I'm proud of you all. Graduates of the class of 2024, the time has come for you to join the most distinguished community, the alums of NSA. This community will be yours for life. You will stand with the graduates who, like you, will change the world, who will challenge the world, and who will carry the Mustang pride with them all the times that they do. Know that while you leave Northdale today, you do not leave it behind. NSA has changed each of your lives, and you have changed NSA just as much. You have been a part of its evolution and have left your mark on its countless ways. And you will return here, we hope you often do. You are ready, I have no doubt of that, and I am back in that by belief by the faculty and staff. I also know that you did not get here alone. Your journey to this day has been made possible by many people. So let us give thanks to those graduates. Please thank those parents and those people who backed you to get you to this point. Let us begin by recognizing the staff who have supported you in myriad ways. I would like to take a moment to recognize one group in particular, those staff members who have been by our side since day one. They are the staff who never left, the staff who came to campus and did not work hard to needless and get things done, the staff who worked through tough challenges and times, and the staff who have inspired us all. Let us salute the entire staff, the custodians, the dining staff, HES. There are many more, the campus maintenance operators, the electricians, painters, and locksmiths, and the staff in our campus school resource safety officers. Because of them, we were free to work and study by the knowledge that our campus home would comfort us with, and the safety of all. Let us hear it for them all. Let us salute the faculty who, in this year, reimagined themselves and taught us so that we could encourage each other and inspire and challenge us to do our best work. For example, they modeled the curiosity, the adaptability, the problem-solving skills that an alternative educational instills. Let us hear it for the faculty. Finally, I want to give you the opportunity to express your gratitude to the family and friends who supported you and made your education possible. They are watching, so let them hear you. Graduates, yours has been an extraordinary and unprecedented journey that called for extraordinary and unprecedented resiliency in the face of many challenges. You answered the call, and NSA will tell your story with the Mustang pride for generations to come. As you go forth today, I leave you with this. Northdale is a movement, and today it carries you forward. May you make that movement your own. Congratulations, graduates. We are proud of you. Go Mustangs. Now, thank you again, parents, friends, and supporters. We'd like to thank Glen Oaks High School for letting us use their facility to have our ceremony. We'd like to thank Mr. James Smith and his staff for assisting us and helping us coordinate this. Ms. Pardris and her team for organizing this whole thing today. You see the trophies and everything. She's done this. She's a hard worker. And at this time, if you will, I would like to take a few moments to welcome the superintendent, if he could share a few words with us before we depart. Superintendent Smith, please, sir.
Good evening, and thank you, Dr. Kadar, for welcoming me up here. Students, well, graduates, I would like to say the next 4 years of your life are the most important years. The next 4 years, because life is about choices. You've made the right choice because you're sitting in those seats, but you must continue to make the right choices because you're in the most critical time of your life. We all have setbacks. We all have setbacks. But our setbacks are an opportunity for a comeback. And you've made that comeback, and you should be proud of yourselves. And thank you, families, for entrusting us with your most valuable asset. And those are your students. Thank you on behalf of East Miami Parish School System, and you guys have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Superintendent Smith. Ms. Pardris, I'm not sure, is there a protocol for students to get their trophies? Okay, so students, as you were, graduates. Parents, if you will, we're gonna let the graduates walk out, take the pictures. Graduates, I'm not sure if you all are aware that you have certain trophies that you all have earned. So once you're done, you're taking your pictures, please return back to the stage so we can give you your gifts. Oh, I know, ma'am, but I know that we want to hold it. The parents they're concerned about getting their trophies. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you saying that. So, Ms. Pardris, if you will, you want to introduce our trophies and gifts to our students. There you go. Oh, thank you.
All right, we are happy to oblige. Valedictorian. The first one, right here, has her name on it. Takia Dejan is valedictorian. Please come and receive your awards. That's an academic award and trophy, 2 trophies. She's receiving 2 trophies. This year we did not have our Bal and Sal banquet, so she has a trophy from that as well, and then one from the school. She also earned an industry-based certification, so she receives a trophy for that industry-based certification and a rose. Parents, the roses are for you and all of your support and hard work that you've given to your students. Those roses are for you. Kadrian. is our salutatorian. Kadrian is also receiving an award for his industry-based certification, a statewide industry-based certification. In CIW Internet Business. He gets a rose as well. Derek Bell. Yes. Derek Bell has received 3 industry-based certifications and a scholarship in the amount of $500 for completing his MERA certification. Tristan Foster. Academic. Tristan has also completed his industry-based certifications in OSHA and customer service. And he's planning on enlisting in the military. Jamian Terrell. Jamian has also received industry-based certification. Oh, we got that. They get that's it. And again, we want to congratulate our guests that are with us from Ostruma High School. So please give them a hand. I'll give the bags out.
I know it was impromptu and it seemed kind of sloppy, but I appreciate you all being flexible enough for us to kind of do these things, and I appreciate it. Thank you all again. Seniors at this time, graduates at this time, please stand. At this time, you may be dismissed, graduates. Parents, remember, we're going to let them go out first, and then we'll meet them out in the hallway to take pictures.
Thank you.